Fanatics Fest is the real deal experience. Oh my God, Jake Paul, the kids love him. And then you have the legend Mike Tyson.
I got Jake Paul knocking him out.
I love Mike Tyson. He's got
Iron Mike Tyson.
On November 15th, 2024, the fight world ignited as Jake Paul and Mike Tyson squared off in a blockbuster showdown at the AT&T Arena. This wasn't just a fight. It was an event. The arena was packed, buzzing with energy as boxing royalty like Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez joined a sea of A-list celebrities, including actors, rappers, and influencers, all eager to witness the spectacle. Jake Paul entered the ring brimming with confidence, soaking up the spotlight, convinced this was his moment. In stark contrast, Mike Tyson exuded a quiet intensity, calm and composed, embodying his legendary status. No antics, no showboating, just pure focus. At 58, Tyson remained the most dangerous man in the room, and everyone knew it. As the bell rang, the arena erupted with electricity. Jake, light on his feet, started confidently, his youthful energy on full display. But Tyson's every move commanded respect, a master at work. The crowd was glued to the action, phones flashing, social media abuzz. This was more than a fight. It was a moment in history. Jake Paul was finally stepping into the ring with a living legend, and the world waited to see if he could survive the storm. The fight began with Jake Paul throwing a few light jabs, testing the waters. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson remained calm, almost too calm, stalking Jake with the confidence of a man who had done this 1,000 times. At 58, Tyson wasn't the wrecking machine of his prime, but his presence was still intimidating. Every step he took had a predatory energy. Jake relied on his footwork and jabs, keeping his distance and trying to stay out of Tyson's range. Tyson, however, was in no rush. He barely threw punches in the first round, but the few he did sent a clear message. He was waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Round 2 saw Jake grow bolder, mixing up his shots and throwing more combinations, particularly to Tyson's body. It was clear Jake had worked hard on his stamina. This wasn't the same Jake Paul who gassed out in earlier fights. But Tyson was just getting started. Every time Jake landed a punch, Tyson would nod as if to say, "Okay, kid, I see you." Then, in an instant, Tyson unleashed a short left hook that electrified the crowd. It wasn't enough to seriously hurt Jake, but it forced him to backpedal. Tyson began closing the distance, and danger loomed. The round ended with both men standing, but the tension was palpable. The momentum was shifting, and Tyson began applying real pressure. Jake's nervous energy was showing as round 3 started. He came out more defensive, circling to avoid Tyson's punishing inside game. But Tyson was relentless, not reckless, just calculated. Every time Jake found himself near the ropes, Tyson unleashed brutal body shots that echoed through the arena, each one more bone-chilling than the last. Jake fought back, landing a clean right hand that brought the crowd to its feet, but Tyson barely flinched. That's the thing about Iron Mike. Even at 58, he could take a punch and keep moving forward. By the end of the round, Jake's strategy was clear: survive and outlast. But with Tyson stalking him and breaking him down piece by piece, survival was looking less certain. Round 4 was Jake's best moment. He came out with renewed confidence, landing sharp combinations and snapping his jab right in Tyson's face. A clean right hand even seemed to stun Mike briefly, sending the crowd into a frenzy. For a moment, it looked like Jake might shift the tide, but Tyson wasn't having it. After taking the shot, he smiled, a chilling grin that seemed to say, "Big mistake, kid." From there, Tyson turned up the pressure, marching Jake down with relentless determination. His head movement was razor sharp, slipping punches like it was 1988. Though Jake was landing, his shots weren't enough to faze the legend. Near the end of the round, Tyson unleashed a brutal combination to Jake's body, and you could see the toll it was taking as Jake began to slow down. The body shots were taking their toll, and Tyson kept pressing forward. As round 5 began, he cranked up the intensity, fully in predator mode. Jake was doing everything to stay away, but Tyson cut off the ring masterfully, closing the gap and unloading heavy hooks to the body every time Jake tried to escape. Midway through the round, Tyson landed a massive left hook to Jake's ribs that visibly hurt him. Jake grimaced, retreating to catch his breath, but Tyson smelled blood. He began mixing up combinations to the body and head, keeping Jake on the defensive. Jake showed grit, clinching whenever Tyson got too close, but the damage was adding up. By the end of the round, it was obvious Tyson was wearing Jake down. The crowd could sense it. The end was near, and Jake was running out of answers. Tyson was fully in control by round 6, and Jake's energy was fading fast. His punches had lost their sting, and he was purely in survival mode. Tyson, relentless as ever, stalked Jake like a freight train, cutting off the ring and unloading vintage combinations. Every time Jake tried to clinch, Tyson punished him with brutal hooks to the body or sharp uppercuts on the inside. Jake was covering up, trying desperately to weather the storm, but Tyson was landing at will. The crowd could feel it. A knockdown was imminent. Near the end of the round, Tyson delivered a devastating right uppercut that snapped Jake's head back. The only thing that saved him was the bell. Jake wobbled back to his corner, clearly hurt as the crowd roared. By round 7, it was all but over. Tyson, sensing the end, closed in, and Jake's legs could no longer carry him away. Tyson trapped Jake in a corner and unleashed a flurry of hooks and uppercuts. Vintage Tyson, all aggression and raw power. Jake tried to fight back, but Tyson was relentless. Then it happened. Tyson landed a brutal right hand, immediately followed by a crushing left hook that sent Jake Paul crashing to the canvas. The arena erupted. Jake was down, and it was clear he was hurt badly. The referee began the count. Jake struggled to rise, but his legs were like jelly. At 10, Jake somehow made it to his feet, wobbling and barely able to stand. The referee took one look and waved it off. Tyson wins by knockout in the 7th round. The crowd exploded. Fans were jumping out of their seats, screaming in disbelief and exhilaration. Social media went wild. Twitter flooded with memes, hot takes, and reactions. The self-proclaimed boxing bad boy, Jake Paul, had finally been humbled, and fans couldn't get enough. Jake Paul finally tasted real defeat, and not just any defeat, but a knockout at the hands of the legendary Mike Tyson. The internet couldn't handle it. Jake's diehard supporters were in shambles, posting things like, "Jake still put up a good fight," or "He'll come back stronger, just wait." But let's be honest, it was hard to spin things after watching him hit the canvas so hard. Some fans were in denial, pretending it didn't happen. But the majority? Oh, they were reveling in it. Jake's haters, who had been waiting for this moment for years, flooded social media with memes, GIFs, and clips. Comments like, "Jake got Tysoned," and "This is the KO we've all been waiting for," dominated the feed. Meanwhile, Tyson's fans, his loyal OGs from the 80s, were in heaven. For them, it was proof that no matter his age, Tyson is still a beast. They celebrated, hyping the GOAT's epic return to glory. The internet lit up with love for Tyson after his dominant win. Fans hailed him as Iron Mike,